Coming up on Vegas Nation Game Day one more time before the bye week.
We're in a new system. We got the new players, first-time head coach. We're all working together to get this ship righted, to get this thing going in the same direction.
The Raiders with a shot to address their run game woes in game action.
Yeah, we got to look at it like they look at us as 2-6, but our records both could be flipped. The game could have went a lot of ways in both of our games, but our record is what it is, and somebody has to win this game, right? And we need a win, more importantly, and that's all we're worried about.
Can the Raiders snap their losing skid with a dub in Cincinnati? We'll get you prepped for week number 9. Vegas Nation Game Day starts right now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Week number 9, officially the halfway point of the season. Hello and welcome back to Vegas Nation Game Day. I'm your host, Dominic Lavoie. Now, it's a familiar place for the Raiders. The last time the Silver and Black took the field in Cincinnati, it was for something a bit bigger, the 2022 AFC Wild Card game. Now this time, things have changed, and the Raiders are looking to get to 3-6 on the year rather than falling to 2-7 heading into their bye week. But what can the Raiders do to turn this thing around? Well, one obvious thing is take care of the football. The Raiders have had issues with turnovers all season long. Through 8 games, Las Vegas has a turnover ratio of -13. Now, a big contributor, both of the games, quarterback Gardner Minshew played at SoFi Stadium that were filled with turnovers. But head coach Antonio Pierce sees another big key.
You got to protect the quarterback. It's no different what we saw at the end of the game last week versus Kansas City. Teams are going to tee off. Once they figure out, there's a weakness or you haven't picked up something in protection, they're going to just keep going at it. Obviously, these guys got 2 good defensive ends. 91's a really good football player, high effort, high motor, competitive, solid. And then, when they bring their backers and their stars, they're really good at, pressures.
Now, what are some other keys for this game? Let's send things over to Vinny Bonsignore for Vinnie's Vision.
Thanks, Tom. Hey, I got my eye on a couple of different things. Number one, are we going to see Desmond Ridder for the first time in real usage against the Bengals? Remember, the Raiders stalled against the Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs, despite having first and goal at the Rams 4-yard line and first and goal at the Chiefs 3-yard line. You know what might help in those type of situations? A quarterback with mobility, and that's what Desmond Ridder has. So whether it's as a replacement for a struggling Gardner Minshew or just the Raiders getting him on the field in certain situations like down in the goal line area, maybe Desmond Ridder's legs is something that can elevate the Raiders' success in those type of situations. I'm also keeping my eye on Jackson Powers-Johnson. The rookie is moving from left guard to center as a replacement for Andre James. I don't know, but that might be his best position, and so we might be getting a sneak peek of what a Raiders offensive line could look like with Jackson Powers-Johnson at center.
Thanks, Vinny. Now we're going to keep this train rolling with Heidi Fang in the Week 9 edition of the Hard Count. Heidi, what you got?
Thanks, Tom. It's time to take a look at the numbers inside this matchup in Cincinnati. The Raiders' passing defense currently ranks 7th in total yards allowed, averaging 181.6 yards given up per game. But on the flip side, the Bengals' passing offense is 7th in the NFL, gaining 235.5 yards on average per game. In the red zone, the Bengals are tied for 5th best, scoring almost 67% of the time, while the Raiders' red zone defense ranks 26th. In what to watch for, with 72 receiving yards, Brock Bowers would pass Kyle Pitts for the most receiving yards in NFL history among tight ends in their first 9 games of their rookie season. With 110 receiving yards, Jacoby Myers would be one of 10 undrafted players in the NFL to reach 4,000 career receiving yards in his first 83 career games. That's the hard count for Week 9. Now back to you, Dom.
Thanks a million, Heidi. Now we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to have some betting numbers for Cincy and Las Vegas. Plus, we'll hear from Ed Graney as he goes against the grain. Stay with us. Vegas Nation Game Day. We'll be right back.
DNR House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler. We specialize in natural and lab-grown loose diamonds, engagement rings, and custom design. If you're looking for lab-grown diamonds, we have one of the largest selections at the best prices in Las Vegas. We make luxury affordable every day.
Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. As promised, let's get things over to Ed Graney as he goes against the grain.
Hey, everyone, it's Ed Graney. This is what I'm looking for in Week 9, Game 9 for the Raiders. I'm really going to be looking at the offensive line. We saw last week that it did not play well. We saw first and goal from the 3 where the Raiders couldn't get in. The offensive line was beat up front. every time by the Chiefs. We saw that the Raiders only ran for 30-something yards of total rushing. This offensive line has to get so much better if the Raiders expect to beat anybody, especially a road game against someone like the Cincinnati Bengals and quarterback Joe Burrow. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I know the offensive line has young guys on it. I know it's been beat up in spots. You know, Andre James now maybe down with an ankle. Maybe Jackson Powers-Johnson has to play some center. All that is true. But if they don't get any better, they're not going to beat anybody. This offensive line has to play much better for the Raiders to find success, not only now, but in the future and down towards the end of this season. This is Ed Graney, and this is Against the Grain.
Thanks, Ed. Now it's time to follow the money with Todd Dewey and get some betting lines for this week.
The Raiders have lost 4 straight games, but they've rewarded their backers with back-to-back backdoor covers. Sharp bettors expect the Raiders to make it 3 covers in a row this week at Cincinnati. The Bengals opened as high as 9.5-point favorites, but sharp money on the Raiders has caused that number to drop to 7. The total on the game also has come down from 46.5 to as low as 45 on Friday when it was reported that Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins and left tackle Orlando Brown will be doubtful for the game. The Raiders are 3-0 against the spread this season as underdogs of 7 points or more. Pro handicapper Teddy Covers hit his best bet in the Review Journal last week by taking the Eagles over the Bengals. He's fading Cincinnati again this week, made the Raiders his best bet.
All right, Todd, thank you. And to you, the viewer, you, thank you for tuning in. Now, we're going to be gone through the bye week, but don't forget about us. Stay connected with us on social media at Vegas Nation and on the web at vegasnation.com so you can keep up with all the Raiders news during the break. Now, once again, thank you all for tuning in all season long, and I'll see you all next time.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Game Day. Presented by D&R House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.